just wanted to share with you all some little nuggets of encouragement, of wisdom, um, that I've, just received in my quiet time with God or at church, or some devotionals that I've been like reading and listening to. Shout out to the Travis Greene and the Heather Lindsey podcast, just throwing a little plug out there. But I am really like, when I'm driving home from work, those podcasts, they're great. So anyways, first nugget. Reading this devotional, pouring out when you feel empty. Whew, it's so hard, right? And then it pointed us to Luke 6:28, I think. But give and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over shall men be given into your bosom. So when you give, even when you're giving your last, right? We've already talked about that. Giving your last, you're all in all. Even when you feel like you have nothing left, God sees that. He sees the heart, and He'll honor that. He honors your giving. It's not saying that you give to receive, but you reap what you sow, right? And when God sees that you're faithful and you're honest and you're a hard worker, and that you're serving Him and His people, and that you're working to build His kingdom, and to live life according to His word, He sees that and He will honor that. So that's the first little nugget, and that's something that's hard, right? Especially when you're running on E, but that's something to remember, that it'll always be returned to you. Next little nugget. You know how, you always want this, you want this cute little outfit, you want these shoes, Lord, when am I going to get my man, Lord, when am I going to get my car, my nice car, my better job, my better house, all those things. There's nothing wrong with wanting better and wanting more for yourself, but you always have to check your motives, okay? Because in Isaiah chapter 2, God was speaking to them about those who were worshiping these idol gods, right? They had all the silver and gold. He said more treasures than they can imagine, treasures without end. Why do you need all this stuff? You have to do a heart check, right? God always sees the heart, but you got to check your own heart. Why do I want these things? Why do I want this position? Is it because I want to be seen, or is it because I want to do God's will? Do I want more to please myself, or do I want more to glorify God, to build His kingdom, and to do His work? So you always have to ask yourself. I mean, we all struggle and no one's perfect. This is not me saying that I have all the answers. These are some great nuggets I have that are going to help me in my walk with Christ. So let me share them to help someone else. I love getting my little nails done, right? I'm glad no one really can see how terrible they look right now. But I have to ask myself, do I need my nails done right now? That's a terrible example, but you get the point. You have to do a heart check. I don't need to work 2 and 3 jobs. I'm content with where I am. I'm able to pay my bills. I haven't been evicted. I'm eating. I don't need 2 and 3 jobs just so that I can have extra money to travel and do this and do that. Now, if I wanted more money so that I can do more missionary work and to give, that's different. So you have to do a heart check when you're asking, and when you are putting more value into possessions, and when you are worshiping these possessions more than you are worshiping God. Last little nugget, my most recent nugget. I was just in my quiet time, just, praying, worshiping God. And I'm going through a little situation here with my job. It's hard. It's a very stressful job. And I just had to stop and think about how good God has been. And if He doesn't do anything else for me, He has done enough. He has kept me. So many times, time after time, I think about how He's kept my mind. So many times when I thought I should have lost my mind, and I look at some other people, it may have taken them out, but God kept me. He kept me in perfect peace. He's still my joy. He's still my strength. I recently lost my aunt, who I'm super close to. And it's amazing that I have not, went into a state of depression or, isolating myself from people. But God continues to provide me with peace and joy, and He'll strengthen me to the cause. And then today, our message was, He's heard your prayer and He's going to fix your life, right? And it came from Isaiah 38, 1-5, when King Hezekiah was sick, and the prophet from God Himself told him to get his house in order because he was about to die. And Hezekiah turned, right? He turned toward the wall and prayed to God, cried out to God, and he wept. He broke protocol, because the normal order was to go through the prophet. You have to listen to what the prophet says. And so, what the preacher was saying, sometimes you have to go out of order. Right? And that just really just reaffirmed the word that I received this morning about how God has been my keeper. And we have to, and his word never goes back void. It never comes back void. His word never returns void. So if God said it in His word, if God promised it, if He told you that this is what He was going to do, if He said that He was going to be your keeper and your Prince of Peace, He said He'll be your healer, then He can do it. And you have to have the utmost faith, regardless of how it looks, regardless of how it feels, regardless of how you feel. You have to know in your heart that God will do what He says He will do, that God has the power to perform what He has promised. My God. That might be my favorite and best nugget. And then one of the things he said is when you're turning things over to God so that you'll be free to worship and praise. And when you're worshiping, you're being lifted up, right? It's lifting you up. And when you praise, it will bring you out. I mean, worshiping God and exalting Him just for who He is. And you're saying, Lord, you are my healer. Lord, you are my Prince of Peace. Lord, you are my comforter. So I'm not looking for me to do it. That's something we struggle with. We want to be in control. We look for these books and 5 steps to fix your credit and this, that, and the other. No, we have to step out. When we step out, God steps in. And God steps in and He takes over. He takes control and He will fix it. So I just want you all to be encouraged by these little nuggets, that when you give, it shall be given unto you. Do a heart check, making sure that when you want things and you have these possessions, that you're not worshiping the worldly things more than you are worshiping God. And last but not least, just give it all to God. Give it to Him and watch Him work. Give it to God, and He'll hear your prayer, and He will fix whatever your concern is. Okay? So, some of these scriptures that I kind of referenced, Isaiah 38, 1-5, Isaiah 2, 5-9, and then Luke. I want to make sure I give you all the right scripture. I'm sorry. Luke 6 and 38. So, be blessed, be encouraged. Love you.